Welcome to the show. I had so much fun with you guys yesterday watching Elon Musk just stick up for everything that is wrong with this world and stand his ground. I really enjoyed reading you guys' opinions yesterday. For those of you who aren't aware of what's happening, Elon Musk on his interview yesterday projected to millions of people, told advertisers boycotting on X to go F yourself. And he actually called Bob Iger out, the CEO of the Walt Disney brand. He said, "Hey, Bob, as if I'm talking to you directly, go F yourself. And if you make my company go under, Earth will judge you, aka all of the people on the planet." And the people have spoken. So let's just go over this clip one more time to open this episode with a bang.
There's a public perception that that was part of a apology tour. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You don't want them to advertise?
No. If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
So I hope you liked it. I really got pumped by watching that again. It feels good. It feels like our world is starting to pivot in the right direction. And that's what this episode is going to be about. I am going to explain to you today in a short and sweet episode how to be wildly successful in this market, how to get wildly rich if that's your goal, and rich by your own standards. I mean, you need to be in this a couple of cycles to really experience true success. But there are some key factors that you need to master in order to make it work for you and beyond, and you will and you can. And I'm going to help you get there. I will be here every single day until the Bitcoin halving and beyond. We are about 145 days out now. Today, I'm going to show you some charts of what's happening in Bitcoin because we are actually in the midst of the next move that I actually predicted last week. I talked about last week on the charts. I'm going to show you just where this next move could be headed and what you should do next. So stay tuned if that sounds good for you. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Smash the like button, hit subscribe if you want to be in on this daily videos community. And I decided we're going to have our own lingo now, just like Elon Musk. We're going to say, "Hi, Bob," to all the people who try to flood us out of this market, to all the institutions who try to buy our Bitcoin for cheap by manipulating us into believing the things that they write. And I'm going to expose them on this episode. So I can't wait. Let's get right into it. I'm your host, Megan Nilsson, aka Crypto Megan, and let's do this. I hope you liked that clip during the intro. I get really pumped. I like what Elon Musk is doing. And again, please let me know your opinions on him. I really enjoy reading what you guys think. And what I'm seeing overall in the crypto community is that most people are in favor of changing everything that's happening right now, about the dynamics of how the world is working. And it's very cool to see and be in the midst of that movement together here on this channel with you guys. So now here's what I was talking about in the intro, the "Hi, Bob," aka go F yourself, to everybody who tries to FUD us out of this market, to tell us that Bitcoin is not the future, to scare us out of selling our crypto for cheap. That is not you on this channel. And for lack of a better word, I refuse to let you be the herd. I want to help you be wildly successful this cycle, the next cycle, and beyond, and have a plan. So ideally, you've already got your buy limit order set and you don't even need to think. Don't think, just do, in the words of Tom Cruise in one of my favorite videos, the new Top Gun. I absolutely love that movie. So that's just a little motivation for you today. So I'm going to play this clip for you now of just exactly how he calls out the advertisers. And he says, the interviewer asked him, "But what do you think, that people are going to boycott Disney?" And he says, "Yes, absolutely." Let's follow up on just what exactly happened after that. Did the people answer? Have the people weighed in, aka Earth?
This is the one part of your business where you will be beholden to those who have this view. What do you do?
F-Y.
I understand that, but there's a reality too, right?
No. Actually, what this advertising boycott is going to do, it's going to kill the company.
And do you think that
and the whole world will know that those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
But those advertisers, I imagine, are going to say they're going to say, we didn't kill the company.
Oh, yeah?
They're going to say...
Tell it to Earth.
But they're going to say, Elon, that you killed the company because you said these things and that they were inappropriate things and that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform, right? That's what they're going to say.
And let's see how Earth responds to that. I mean, if the company fails because of an advertiser boycott, it will fail because of an advertiser boycott. And that will be what bankrupted the company, and that's what everybody on Earth will know.
What do you think then of the... this goes back to the idea of trust, though.
Then it'll be gone. And it'll be gone because of an advertiser boycott.
But you recognize that some of those people are going to say that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform. And I just wonder and ask you and think about that for a second.
Tell it to the judge.
But the judge is going to be...
the judge is the public.
And you think that the public is going to say that Disney is making a mistake?
Yes.
And they're going to boycott Disney?
They already are.
Well, there are some that are for lots of different reasons. But you think that this is going to... that you have the... This goes to actually the interesting of power and leverage.
Let the chips fall where they may.
And it says here, thousands of users are canceling their Disney Plus subscriptions in support of Elon Musk. It's pretty incredible to see somebody that powerful with that much influence kind of starting to shape the narrative instead of the news and the media outlets always controlling everything that happens. He's stepping up and he's saying, no, that's enough. We're not doing this anymore. So you guys, this is the beginning of just a massive explosion. I hope you understand that this is the precipice, just scratching the surface of what's going to happen this cycle. And then we have here, MicroStrategy has purchased another 16,130 Bitcoin for $593 million. That is insane. I mean, he's loading up his bags thinking that, this is a good level to buy. And so even if we do have a correction from here, he's not anticipating, like most people do, most likely, that we're going to hit or a lot of people that say, oh, we're going to have a crash sub 20K. I mean, you cannot play the markets this way. And in the words of the late Charlie Munger, who passed away a few days ago, it's not about timing the market. It's about time in the market. And the money will always be passed to the patient hands. So the money is in the waiting. And that's it. And you just be patient, sit back, grab your coffee, relax, have some popcorn, watch the show. But you're not going to be the one that's all caught up in the show. For the first time, maybe for a lot of you, or if you're just starting out, that's how you're going to play this market to be absolutely wildly successful. And then we have here, Saylor now owns 0.9% of the total Bitcoin supply. That's a lot. That is a lot. That's almost a 1% of the entire supply. That's getting up there. So needless to say, he really believes in the future of this asset. And then we have Argentina rejects invitation to join BRICS. So we've got these influential leaders around the world standing up to the traditional ways, not wanting to be puppets. In a lot of ways, I believe that in the US government, they would like us to elect presidents that are quote unquote puppets that go by the narrative and the schedule that they want to push. And anybody who doesn't comply is kind of pushed into the gray area or blacklisted. And so it's interesting to see people fighting back. So Argentina was among 6 countries invited to become new members of the BRICS at a summit held in South Africa in August. Part of the grouping's push to reshuffle a Western-dominated world order it sees outdated. And then you have here the Argentinian president. He's saying, no way, I'm not going to join this. And we have a comment here. At least he stands on his own beliefs. Definitely not trying to switch from one system to the next, but actually become sovereign and independent. Is that possible? I mean, the Argentinian president says absolutely. I mean, this is pretty cool. So Argentina has confirmed that it will not join BRICS. The decision comes as the country prepares for inauguration of Javier Milei, a far-right libertarian who won the presidential election. The group aims to create a new market that cannot be controlled by the U.S. and where alternative currencies such as central bank digital currencies or cryptocurrencies can be used. However, after the election of Milei, a vocal critic of BRICS and its members, Argentina reversed its position and declined the invitation. Milei, who will take office on December 10th, has vowed to abolish the central bank and dollarize economy to overcome Argentina's economic crisis, which has left 40% of the population in poverty and pushed inflation to more than 140%. He has also promised to slash government spending, cut taxes, deregulate the markets, and promote the use of cryptocurrencies. And possibly legal tender? I think so. This is pretty cool to see. I mean, these are actual countries. This is amazing. This is a revolution. This is a real revolution now on a global scale. Now let's have a look at what is happening with the Bitcoin charts. So this is a little bit, I know, messy, but these are my notes from the previous episodes, and I want you guys to see just a follow-up of where we're at now. So here I have my notes. 6 months before having back, I think it was about a month ago, started the absolute best time to buy Bitcoin according to Plan B in the stock to flow model before the mega run up into the Bitcoin halving. And so we're now in that 6 month period, but just have a look. I mean, here is the 6 month period before the last halving. We were kind of like flat and to the right, and even the big COVID pandemic crash. But here we're already almost out of this box. I mean, we're kind of early to the party this year, and we're moving much faster. We're breaking above key moving averages much more quickly, and we're pretty far away from them. Usually we tend to hug them during a bull market or correct back down to them. So we could be expecting a correction soon, but I think Bitcoin's got one more move in its tank. And here I said, the best time to buy Bitcoin according to Plan B would be the 6 months prior to halving, and the best time to sell would be 18 months after the halving. So we'll see. I think the better time to be selling Bitcoin will be even before that this year, but we'll be keeping a close eye on it. What I want to bring your attention to is here. So I was calling out this move when Bitcoin started to make its mega move, and it says the next upside is average move of 40% over 37 days based on the volatility indicator expansion at extreme lows and the stochastic momentum pointed upwards. So 43% would put Bitcoin at 38,000 in mid-November. How accurate was that? A lot of this was based on Eric Crown. He's an excellent YouTuber. He's a trader. He's very good at what he does. He's very statistic and data-based, which is I hope more of you will become. Not only that, but fundamentals and just having your long-term vision. But he had a lot of really interesting statistics, so I pulled a lot from there. And it says 43% will put Bitcoin at 38,000. So here we are, 38,000, end of November, but we've been hovering around this for the whole period of November. And the move could mature and play out and could continue up to a 53%, which would put Bitcoin at 41,000. So that's entirely in the cards. In fact, we just had a long signal fire off if we're able to hold the retest of Bitcoin breaking out of its ascending triangle. So we'll see. And here I have my max price prediction by the end of the year is 45 to 50,000. I don't believe we're going anywhere beyond those numbers. And I think it'd be actually pretty crazy if we got above 45,000. I think this move has anywhere in the early 40s, to put it like that. I think if we have one more move in Bitcoin's tank, we'll be hitting the early 40s. And as you can see here, that is the maximum amount, kind of like the outlier, more to the upside of a 53% move, which is now pretty mature. So after that, we could be seeing some consolidation or sideways movement. But so far, I mean, we're right on track, and it's following what the statistics say that it should do. So here is the ascending triangle I was speaking about, and we're now watching for the retest. Currently, Bitcoin is just hovering around right there, and we're waiting for this move to happen. But so far, it looks like we're going to make that next push higher. So very, very interesting times here. I have the updated chart. We're already at 38,800. The measured move of this breaking out of this ascending triangle is $41,200. So I mean, things are happening. It's all happening right here, right on this channel, right now. Super exciting. And here I just have some perspective. So back from the September-October breakout, we were in the same similar pattern. And when we broke up and we broke the neckline of this inverted head and shoulders, this is the move that ensued. And if we did the same thing this time, it's confluence, guys. What I said last time, I'm looking for confluence across multiple indicators and charts. If we had the same move play out as in the September-October rally, then we could hit anywhere up to around $43,000. So it's looking good. It's looking good. If we can hold the break above this neckline, it looks like we're going to have that next push higher. And here we have it. On the other hand, we have this double bottom formation. I like to say, and I learned this in some of my trading channels, rounded bottoms pay the bills, meaning like after this huge bear market and consolidation of this rounded bottom and kind of like bottoming out, and we're coming out of that rounded bottom, is when things start to explode. So paying the bills, meaning mega wealthy, successful in this coming market if you just play your cards right, and successful based on whatever allocation or capital you have. And again, you compound those winnings into the next bear market. You play that just the same way we're playing it now, and that's how you compound and actually make real wealth. A couple cycles. That is not a long time to ask compared to how you do this in the traditional finance world. I mean, 2 cycles, several years, and you can be really, really successful in these markets. So just stick with it. If you're new and if you've lost money, just keep going. And if you come up with a good strategy and you follow people who give you good information combined with your own research, you're going to crush it. You're going to crush it. So here we have, if Ethereum breaks its resistance, it's $5,000 next. So a lot of the altcoins are starting to wake up as well. I've been showing you Link, all the ones that are set to explode. They're still at good prices right now before this push, if we're going to have a next push higher. So yes, act within your strategy. Have those buy limit orders set already so you don't have to think. You just do. That's the motto. So that's what I'm looking at. And here I want to show you another part of being wildly successful is not just about looking at previous cycles and indicators and charts, which is very important, but also tuning out the noise, just getting rid of the media altogether. They are lying to you constantly. I mean, even this ETF narrative, it's been in the news circulating for years. It was their last cycle. I mean, it's like, show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. I can't repeat that enough. Here I have Bitcoin's obituary, and we have December 2015. Bitcoin is declining, but is it dead? I mean, all of these things. I broke Bitcoin, $244. And then we have here one that I really liked. More dirt on Bitcoin when it's at $320. Jamie Dimon, the infamous Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan. Bitcoin will not survive here at $400. Now who's buying up Bitcoin like there's no tomorrow? I mean, you cannot put your faith in what you see in the news and the media. You're going to lose, and you're going to be part of the herd that way. Let's continue. RIP Bitcoin. It's time to move on. Washington Post, 2016. Let's skip a few years. Circle CEO. Nobody will be using Bitcoin in 5 to 10 years. 2016. Well, here we are. Microsoft is buying up 1% of the entire supply. So Bitcoin is a bubble and it will burst. $700. And then we're making our way up. Let's see here. The death of Bitcoin. $4,100. I mean, the list goes on. There's always a narrative. Jamie Dimon says, if you're stupid enough to buy Bitcoin, you'll pay the price one day. October 13th, when Bitcoin was at $5,000. What do you want to, I mean, this is like an ideal price for JP Morgan to be buying at. He probably were buying in the background while they were fudding it, meaning fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So you just cannot trust these news sources. You've got to stick to your guns. Just like Elon Musk, you got to stick to your guns and do what you feel is right. Blockchain has been unblocked, unchained, and broken. 2019, Bitcoin was still at $5,000. Bitcoin will likely be replaced by a new technology, the Bitcoin scam. 2019. I mean, this is very recent. Okay, so let's fast forward to current times. Crypto is dead in America. All in $27,000, April 2023. Sayonara Bitcoin. I mean, just to show you that if you continue to kind of absorb what's in the mainstream narratives, you're not going to win. And we always have one. I think China banned Bitcoin. That was one of the massive downfalls in the charts. Then we had FTX and Luna, which was the narrative this time. There will always be a narrative, but it is not going down. And I have never had more conviction in anything in my life. So it's a very exciting place to be in if you can play the cards right. Here we have SEC spot Bitcoin ETF approval window set for January 5th to 10th, with anticipation heating up over the eventual ruling. The U.S. Securities Exchange Commission spot Bitcoin ETF window is set to be January 5th to 10th. Indeed, says Bloomberg. So we have this new date where we can have more certainty that within that date it could be approved. Any approval is likely to begin on January 8th, Seifert added. So to this point, the SEC has consistently delayed its decision regarding the Bitcoin product. However, many expect that to change in early months of 2024. Specifically, many have predicted that a decision on many of them could come with January. Therefore, it falls in the line with the reported approval window. Okay. So Bitcoin has certainly benefited from the speculation as it officially surpassed the 38K mark for the first time since 2022. Moreover, Standard Chartered predicted that the approval of an ETF would lead to more than 160% gains, ultimately catapulting the asset to its forecasted $100,000 price at the end of 2024. So it's interesting times. You know, we're right there. We've already had an insane rally. And if we get this next move up, like I showed you in the charts, we could be pushing 53% since we had the rally started. So it's pretty incredible. And then we have here just more proof that the media consistently wants to push you in the opposite way of what is usually the right thing to do. So the crypto market rally looks overdone, JP Morgan says, November 13th. And since then, we've been consistently going to the right and up, and you can't trust what they say. Digital assets have seen strong gains in the last month due to excitement about potential approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs, but this bullish sentiment may be misplaced. So fear, don't keep buying, get out now while you can before the big crash. And now we have yesterday Michael Saylor loading his bags while JP Morgan is telling you to get out on November 13th. I mean, no way. So basically, it's like, wow, okay, so you're speculating that we're going to have a correction because we've been in a huge rally. They don't give any context. They don't show you the charts. They don't explain how big the correction could be. They just want to scare you. And so just stick to your guns, guys. Stick to your guns. Not financial advice ever on this channel, but I am just presenting to you all of the facts and the charts and the indicators to help you make the best decisions possible. And just to end on a funny note, here we have just in, cancel Disney and cancel Hulu are now trending on Google after Elon Musk told CEO Bob Iger to go F yourself for blackmailing him over advertising on X. Pretty cool. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm looking forward to this weekend. I cannot wait, and I'll see you tomorrow.